Yarnspirations currently has a contest going on, and it's over in exactly 1 week from today. And if you don't know anything about their contest or how it works, I am here to tell you because I actually have some personal experience winning a Yarnspirations contest. If you'd like to know about my experience, and I will also give you the details of this current contest, stick around. So let's get to the time-sensitive portion of this video. This has been going on since January, and this particular contest is over a week from today. So you are seeing this on the 24th, and this contest ends the 31st of March. So there is one kind of contingency with this. It's called #WinTheWall, and you need to go to a store that has Yarnspirations, Bernat, Red Heart Super Saver, any of those, and take a selfie in front of the wall of yarn. So here I am on the Yarnspirations website, and I will have it linked below here, but I just wanted to show you the page with the #WinTheWall contest that's going on. They have all the instructions written down, how to enter, what you need to do. There's a little area there that says contest rules if you want to take a look at that. And here are some examples on here of people's submissions that have already been submitted into Yarnspirations, or not so much submitted to Yarnspirations, but posted on social media. And here's their official rules. So please, I encourage you to go to the website and actually check this out. So, you can see the time frame when it has to be entered. You can see exactly what you need to write on your entry, who's eligible, and all of that good stuff. But I did read here that the grand prize is $850 worth of yarn. So that is not too shabby. I mean, obviously they're picking out what you get, and it's probably going to be some stuff that they're trying to promote. But who can complain about that? Now, had I have not had the personal experience I did, I probably wouldn't have cared less about this. But since I am like a totally regular person, this was before I had a YouTube channel. This was when I had like very, very, very first started my Instagram page. So very new, like an absolute no one. Yarnspirations didn't know me from anyone, and I won their contest. So really, I can testify like anyone can win, seriously. The contest I won was called #GetOGoing, and the rules for that particular one were you needed to they were trying to promote all of their OGO yarn, and you needed to use the #GetOGoing, and you needed to tag either a whip or an FO or whatever, and the yarn you were using, and tag it that. So I actually coincidentally was working on a blanket, and I will go ahead and show you the picture here. This is the whip that I had first posted to Instagram of the OGO with the yarn. And then here is the second picture I posted, which was the finished stylized blanket. So it just worked out to be really, really good timing that I actually had a whip going with that yarn. And being like new to Instagram, I was still kind of getting used to all of the hashtagging process and all of that. And so, I don't know, I just thought I would participate and do it. Then one night, I just checked my Instagram and it said I had a message. And since I probably only had like 50 followers at the time, that was kind of weird. So I checked it and I read it, and it was Yarnspirations, and they said that I had won the contest. And my first inclination was that it was a scam. There are a lot of scams on the internet, on social media, but they didn't ask for any, like, what do I want to say, like scary type of information. They did want my address, and I thought, but at this point, I had like gone back, I had double checked that the account that it was coming from was the like official Yarnspirations. So I felt a little comfortable, and they didn't ask me to send any money. They didn't ask for anything like that. So I gave them my address, and time went by. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. A little more time goes by, and I came home and there was a poly mailer on my doorstep, and it was kind of small. And the reason I say this is because when I ordered the Christmas yarn, it was from the OGO uh, Super Saver. And a lot of people have, gotten those now. I'm going to grab one right here. So picture this in those Christmas colors that I showed you in the blanket. When I had ordered them from Walmart, I had ordered them online, not for pickup, but from walmart.com. And you had to order 6 of them, which I thought, fine, that's great, because whatever, a blanket. And, but the thing from Walmart was awful small when I got it. So I could tell the poly mailer was a little bit smaller. So there was 5 of these OGO. And you'll have to excuse me because I am not going to remember the colorways at this point because it's been like 2 years maybe. But there was this one, the one that kind of looks like a woodland print where it's green and brown. And then there was a jewel tone one and a baby one. Is that 5? There was 5. Sorry if I didn't list 5, but there was 5 of them. And I thought, oh, okay, you know what? Free yarn. It was a little bit anticlimactic, but you know what? It was still 5 things of yarn I did not have before. So, but I did kind of think, it wasn't like when you say grand prize, like it didn't feel it didn't feel so grand. It felt like a prize, but I was still thankful for it, and that was great. So I did end up, I think for that one, I had actually waited like a day or two to see my friend who sometimes I refer to as my crochet tutor. Sometimes I refer to her as Jeanette. But I think I had waited till I was going to see her to open up the OGOs, because she was so instrumental in teaching me how to crochet that I don't know, I just thought it would be fun to open it with her. So we opened those together, and I think I just automatically sent her with the baby one because she does do a lot of baby projects. So that left me with 4, which was just fine. Whatever. It is what it is. And then it was either that day that I got home or it was the next day or 2. I don't really remember. But there was an absolute gigantic, gigantic box on my porch. And we kind of have a joke. So my husband and I work together, and we kind of have a joke, like if there's a box on the front steps when we get home, um like, is it yarn, and like the bigger the box, like the funnier the joke is. But I don't really order a ton of yarn, but sometimes I think that he orders more like off of Amazon than I do anyway, so he gets more in the mail than I do, but it's still like a running gag, like, oh, yarn. So when this huge box of yarn is there, it was kind of funny because it was like, haha, all that yarn. But I got up to it and it was from Yarnspirations. So like my heart is just going like crazy. There was not any more of the super savers in there, but there was a bunch of other yarn. And I am going to go ahead and show you my tablescape of how that all looked once I got everything pulled out onto the table. So these are pictures I had, believe, posted to my Instagram that I had just taken, after getting it. And you can see like why I was so excited. There is just so much yarn. It was just crazy. The colorama's there, and What else is there? That purple is really pretty, I think. And yeah, here is some of the, which one is that? The big donut where it's got so much yarn on it. You can see some of the specs here. And then I've got just an overview of my table. Like, I just think that is absolutely bonkers. Like, absolutely bonkers that they sent me that much yarn. Pretty impressive, right? So I ended up actually then, like, I want to say a few days after that, I did end up getting another package, and it had just a couple random yarns in that as well. So I don't know if they came from different places or if they just to make the shipping of the giant box, like the other stuff wouldn't fit in it. And so they mailed those separately. I don't know. But it was pretty darn impressive. And I am not going to remember all of the colorways at this point in time because I've been working through it. I've been using it, and I did give my friend a couple of the ones out of the big box as well because I knew they were kind of colors that she used, and I knew she would make something pretty out of them. So I kind of gave those to her, and it was so much. Like, I was very excited, and again, so very thankful for her to teach me to crochet because I never would have won any of that if I didn't know how to crochet. Um, this is what I have left. I have 2 of these left of the blanket yarns. If I remember correctly, they sent me 3 different colorways and 2 blanket yarns in each. So this one is called Art Nouveau, and I haven't used it. Like, it's fine, it's neutral, but I really haven't found like the perfect project for this. It doesn't really go with my house, and 2 blanket yarns Ogos do not get you a lot of blanket. There was one, and I think if I may have put a picture on Instagram, and if I did, I will put it right here. So this is the colorway Atlantic. Thankful for Instagram. I could go back in time and check out my old posts and actually see which colorway I had used. So with that particular blanket, it is definitely a lap blanket size. And I had 2 of these in that particular color. I don't know why I cannot think of what that colorway is called. I don't remember, but it's, it's got the different shades of blue on it. Kind of reminded me of like 90s blues. But I actually did have one skein, like a smaller skein of blanket yarn that I had gotten, I think, from Mary Maxim. And so the turquoise in it matched up perfectly, or nearly perfect. So I did add that in the very center of that blanket just to make it a little bit bigger. So, and again, it only ended up being lap blanket size. You could do baby blanket. Like, 2 of these could make a baby blanket, but I guess I'm just like, I don't know. It's not super dynamic for me. And then the other colorway they sent me is called Winterberry, and it has like a pinkish color, a burgundy color, and a gray. And you will actually be seeing that in an upcoming video where I've been working the past few months on some bedroom decor for my bedroom. So I made a basket out of it. I will give you that teaser. But in 2 of these, I did color control it. So like all of the gray was on the bottom because I didn't really want that. That didn't really go. And then I did, the burgundy and the pink showing on the basket. And I had a little bit left over of each of those. And so I have those in my yarn scrap tote for now. And, if something gets made, we'll figure it out. But so in total, I won 6 blanket yarn Ogos. The next type of yarn was the Karen Coloramas. And I still have this in the bag just because they were in them and easy to store. And, you know how it goes. So this is pretty nice yarn. It is 228 yards. It is a bulky number 5. It is 100% acrylic. It is not the softest. It almost feels like it has a little bit of a touch of wool in it, but it does not. But they sent me, I believe, 5 bags full of 3 of the coloramas. So that, I mean, that's pretty good. That was 15 coloramas. So I feel like it's kind of hard to judge the price because these have gone down in price quite a bit since they first came out, all the Ogos. And you know, it is what it is, but still, when they came out, I think these were around $6 or $7. So, and I got 15 of these. I did make a blanket out of one of them, and it was called, oh my gosh, I cannot remember what it was called, but I have a video that I will link up. Baja. It was Baja. I have a video I'll link up here where I did a mitered granny square blanket with the Baja, and I did have to buy, I think, 2 or 3 more of the coloramas in order to finish that blanket. I really like how it turned out. It was a gift for my cousin's wedding, and I was happy with it. It's like neat. I liked how the striping worked with the mitered granny square. If you haven't done a mitered, it's pretty fun because it's easy and it's fast and it's like very geometrical. Like I probably wouldn't do it with like I would want the pattern to go with it, like probably not like a soft ombre or something like that, but the striped, I thought it worked really well because it starts out with like the big chunk and then it gets very, very stripy as it gets bigger and goes out. Off on a tangent. Anyway, so 15 of the colorama. And then I also got 5 packages of 3. So again, 15 of these big donuts. The Karen Big Donuts. And again, there's actually quite a bit of yarn on these. There is 502 yards of a 4 on the Big Donuts. So very pretty. And again, like I said, I have been working through these as I have gone. This particular one is called Blue Moon. I don't know if I told you this one was called, let's see here, Wine Time. So Wine Time for the colorama and Blue Moon for this. And I only have a couple packages. Like I really did try to work through it because I was so thankful for all this yarn. So like I said, 15 and 15, so that's 30, and then 6 of the blanket, so 36, and then I got 5 of the Ogos, so 41 different skeins of Ogo. So that's it. Like I'm in no way affiliated with Yarnspirations. Like I would love to be. Who wouldn't, right? But I'm not. But I just kind of wanted to bring this to your attention because there's 1 week left in this hashtag win the wall contest. And I don't know, I guess I just thought you'd want to know that like a normal real person can win these, that it's real. It's not like a joke or a scam or anything like that. So if you happen to be near a Joann's or Michael's or whatever store, you know, carries those type of yarns, in the next week before March 31st, take a selfie, throw it up on Instagram. And it did say you have to use the hashtag win the wall. And then you also want to like hashtag and tag Yarnspirations and also the store. So if it's Joann's or Michael's, go ahead and throw that up there too in order to be eligible. And I will have the link in the description box for that page that I showed you, where you can actually stop and read all the rules and all of that stuff. But I hope this helped you, and I hope you found it a little bit entertaining. I don't know. Of course it's interesting to me because it happened to me. I don't know if it's interesting to anybody else or not, but I guess just the fact that it is real is interesting to me. You know, it's not like based on skill, or it's not like, having hundreds of thousands of YouTube followers. Like, just a normal person can win. So anyway, I hope if you get the chance, you participate that. And I honestly don't know if I will make it or not, because I did not see this the last time I was at Joann. So it's been a little while, and I don't know if I'm going to make it this weekend or not. A lot of it will depend on our schedule and what the weather's like. So I wish you the best of luck. I hope you win. And thank you for talking yarn with me. Oh, did you guys see? I am wearing my Dolly shirt that I got at Walmart. So I love it so much. It is in the men's department, and it was like $8 if you are curious and want to get one for yourself. Anyway, thanks for talking yarn with me, guys.